Hello, this is Paulo Rivera, and I wanted to show you a behind-the-scenes look at my variant cover for Action Comics number 18. What I'll be focusing on in this video is the digital sketching portion of the entire process. I didn't record the entire thing, which took about 5 hours, but you'll see a good chunk of it. This is being recorded at about 10 times speed, which is how fast I'd like to be able to draw. But we do what we can. The main reason that I do digital sketching, it's in Photoshop and it's on a Cintiq tablet, is so that I can rearrange the composition, each of the figures individually or as groups. And so what you'll see here is I have 5 main groups with a separate layer for both the cape, the main figure of Superman, and then his nemesis in the foreground, which I don't get to draw in this video. The main reason that I do this is it makes it very easy to scale things, rotate them, and just fit everything in with a composition that is this complicated. You'll see as I kind of move things around, draw things as I get to them, I'm zooming in and out just to get a better idea of where I am. Sometimes I'll rotate the entire composition just to get a better angle on things. You may also notice that I color code each of the layers, which makes things easier to distinguish between one layer and another. Now the way I do that now is a little bit different than the way I did it back then. Now what I do is I double click on the layer and set the layer properties to color overlay. And what that does is it covers the entire layer in a single color of your choosing. Here, I'm using red, blue, green, and yellow. And then you can move the opacity down a bit, which allows you to see the sketching, like the marks underneath, with just a little bit of tone on top of them, so they look different than marks on another layer. I only draw in black and white, so this helps distinguish the the figures from another one. Now here what you can see is I actually wrote in the name of one of the characters just as a placeholder so I could remember what exactly goes there. When dealing with this many figures, and I'm trying to go for a specific story with, quite I think it went over the course of 18 issues, there's just a lot to keep track of as you're going along, and it's easy to forget things. I also wasn't particularly familiar with the characters, and this is the first time I'd read the new take on Superman. It just kind of helps, keep things organized. As you can see, I keep redrawing a lot of the figures. It's just what happens. Anytime that figures have to actually interact, it's easy when they're all just kind of floating there, or they're all heading towards the viewer and doing their own thing. But when figures interact and actually touch each other, as in this case, you often have to end up redrawing things over and over again just to get the right feel for it. That's almost the biggest challenge in comics in general. At least I find. These massive montages are actually easier than most things because everybody can kind of float in their own space, and you don't have to worry about everyone adhering to the ground or to the same perspective grid, since everyone's just kind of there and just needs a good spot. It's like a big class photo or a picture of your favorite toy collection. On the right, you can see where I actually listed all of the characters that I had to draw, and I literally just checked them off as I drew each one, just so I could get everyone that I had meant to from the beginning. Right here, you can see I'm just kind of redrawing the angle of Superman's head as he is pummeled by Super Doomsday. I always have to do this because I'm never quite happy with the first take. That's as much as I recorded of the actual drawing process, but here are the stages that led to the finished piece. The digital sketch, the rough pencils in blue non-repro pencil, the final pencils, which are then converted into blue line for my dad to ink over, and then I do digital coloring. Thanks for watching.